So hello guys, welcome back with another video of Salesforce Geek channel, and let me tell you today's scenario of this video. So basically in 2019 I created a flow scenario where whenever a custom record is created, we need to create an account and contact. So the thing is, in back 2019 I need to create this scenario with the help of Process Builder and Salesforce Flow. But now, as we know, Salesforce Flows is getting stronger by every release. So we can do that scenario with the help of only Salesforce Flows. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the difference, like how we are going to create that flow, and make sure after this video you can check out that video so you can know the difference, like how far Salesforce Flows are moved from 2019 to 2021. So without any delay, let's get started with the today's video. So first of all, let me click on new flow, and I'm going to create a record triggered flow. Click freeform, and let me tell you my custom object and account and contact. So you can see on the screen I have a risk calculation custom object, and if I click on new, you can see there is an account field. Basically this is a lookup field and which is related to the account. So the scenario is, whenever a custom object record is created, we need to create an account and contact. So in this video we are going to see that. So let's move back to the flow builder. First of all, you need to do is click on edit. You need to select a record is created, and after the record is saved, which is by default setting of your flow. Click done and choose object. So as I told you, risk calculation is my custom object, and I need to write this flow on that object because whenever a record is created, then we need to create account and contact. So let's type risk calculation, and here only when we are going to fire this trigger whenever we don't have the value of account, means our account lookup field is not populated. For that you need to select account, which is the API name of your field, is null boolean true. That means that this field is empty or not populated. Click done, and now what you need to do is create account record. Drag and drop create record element and type account record. API name will be automatically populated. Now select how many record you are going to create. So we are going to simply create a one record. So select one. How to set the record fields? So we are going to use specific fields. So select the second option, use separate resources and literal values. Now you need to select object. So select account here. Now set the field values for the account. So account having a required field of name. So let's provide name, and let's create a dynamic name for that. Click on new resource, select formula, let's say ACC name, data type would be text. Now in insert resource, the name we are going to provide into our custom object record, we want to append with our account record. So let's select record over there, and let's say name. So now here you can get the dynamic name of your newly created custom object record. You need to append something like plus and then single quotes, and in single quotes you want to provide any value, let's say account. You can provide a little space in the beginning of the account so that there is some space between these two names. Click done. Now you need to select manually assign variables because we are going to create contact in the next step, and we require account ID to relate that that contact with the account. So let's create a new resource variable, let's say ACC ID, which is going to hold the account ID. The data type would be text, and click done. Again click done, and now drag and drop another create record element from the elements. Now let's type contact record as label. Again we need to create only one record, so choose one, and here again we need to create some specific fields. So let's select use separate resources. Now select your object, which is contact. Now provide field values. So last name is the required field of your contact. So let's provide last name. And again, we are going to make it dynamic. So let's say click on new resource, click on formula, let's say con name, data type would be text, and again we are going to make our contact name as dynamic. So select record dot name. So the thing is, record global variable is going to store the record which is going to fire the trigger. So that's why we are using record dot name. Add plus and single quotes, and in the single quote string let's type contact. Click done and again click done. Now as you can see, our two elements are created which are going to create account and contact. Now the third element which we are use is update record element, because we are going to update our record which is currently in the trigger, which is a custom object record. So let's type update custom object record. You can select naming according to your convenience. My naming is too bad, so don't judge me over that. So now you have three options how you are going to update your record. So I'm going to select specify condition to identify record and set fields individually, because I need to set some fields over there. Now here you need to select your object, let's say risk calculation, and in the condition you need to identify a record. So whenever you are going to identify a record, ID is the best option. So choose ID, and as I already told you that record global variable is going to store the current record which is going to trigger the flow. So select record global variable dot ID. So by this we can basically filter out our risk calculation record. And now what we need to do is relate our custom object record to account. So let's choose account over there, which is a lookup field, and in value we need to provide the ACC ID. So click done, and now what we need to do is connect these connectors. Once we connect these connectors, we need to click on save. Let's type account and contact by custom record and save your flow. Let's activate it. You can also debug your record triggered flow, because now we have the ability to do that. Like after summer 21 update, we can easily debug our record triggered flow. So for now I am going to do that in Salesforce org. So let's move to sales application and let's create a new risk calculation record. Provide any name, let's say Thunder. If you want to provide any field values you can, but right now I'm just saving my time and I'm not providing any value to the account. I'm simply going to save this risk calculation object record. So right now you can see account field is automatically populated, and which is the same name by which we just created or with the help of formula in our Salesforce flow. So if I click on the Thunder account, so okay, I don't have the related list of contact in my account record detail page. So let's move to contacts and see, yeah, we also have the Thunder contact record which we created from Salesforce flow. And if we go to details, you can see in the account section, okay, we don't have account name over there. So let's move to Salesforce flow and let's check in our contact records. So the thing is, I forgot to relate my contact into account. So what I need to do is add one more field, and let's select account, and in account ID what I need to provide is ACC ID. Let's click done and click on save as. Click save, and now let's activate it. Now again move to our sales application, and we are going to create a new risk calculation record. Let's click on new. Let's type Bolt, and I'm not going to provide any account name to this record, and click save. So as you can see, in account, Bolt account is automatically populated. That is our newly created account. Let's click on Bolt account, and here you can see the account. Now let's click on contacts, and you can also see Bolt contact is also there, and this time we also have the account name. That means our contact is also related to this account, and our custom object is also related to the account. So that's how you can done this scenario. And also you can check out the previous video. What I mean by previous is 2019 video. On that scenario, we use a process builder along with Salesforce Flow to achieve this scenario. But now you can do that scenario with only Salesforce Flows. So I hope you like this video, and if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe this channel for more such videos. Thank you so much if you're watching this video till now.